Wall-E theory.
We will be living in the world of Wall-E by 2030. Well, I hate to tell you this, but we kind of already are living in the world of Wall-E. Now, if you didn't remember, in this movie, it takes place way in the future where humans can't even walk anymore. They're being carried around in robots because they are so overweight. They eat anything they want, everything they want, and the robots take care of them. Like, I can totally see a lot of people going this route because a lot of people already are going down this route where they are totally reliant on technology, on consumerism, on just getting whatever and anything they want, going into extreme debt to buy things that they don't use, that they don't need, and then just eating whatever they want, going out to eat every single night. Like, that's already happening.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Hey y'all, so this isn't the first time we've watched one of these type of hauls where big backs show us how much food they've accumulated for one grocery trip. I want to delve a little bit deeper into this topic. I don't want to just talk about the surface level issue, which would be food addiction, people being overweight, people being obese. I think that conversation, we've had that conversation so many times. I want to delve into the deeper issue. And what I truly think is at the heart of this, outside of just people being addicted to the processed sugar, people being addicted to the salt, people being addicted to a bunch of garbage that isn't giving them any nutrients or sustenance or anything that is truly going to help their body sustain itself. I want to talk about the convenience aspect of it because I feel like that is a driving factor in this whole situation.
Grocery haul as a 37-year-old full-time working mom of 3 boys who also moved her parents in with her. And I will tell you the totals for each at the end and then a grand total. So we got 2 containers of the 2-bite brownies, 2 of those because they'll be gone so quick. We got 1 big thing of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We got a big box of the oatmeal cream pies. We got some cereal bars. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big bags of fries. We got 2 big things of mayonnaise. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dr. Peppers. Got a thing of Nabs. We got 4 New York strips. We got 2 packs of ribeyes here. We got a thing of drumsticks here. We got 2 packs of pork chops. 32 pizzas.
32 pizzas!
So we got a tower of pizzas again for Brayden. I will cry. So we wiped them out. We took all they had.
If you look at what she bought, pretty much everything is processed. And we kind of hinted at this during the last video where I talked about this. You got all these different items from the store, but it's not like you're going to really be cooking anything. It's just a lot of, let's heat this up. There's no artistry. There's no, I need to take my time to process the food myself. It's just, no, heat it up, let's go. Now, looking at what she got, I think the only thing she really has there that you would have to cook would be those steaks. Everything else is just pre-made, ready to go. And this really feeds into that convenience addiction that we have as humans in a Western society, in a modernized society, in a convenience society. Everything is done for us. And it really reminds me of that movie Wall-E, and not just because she looks like one of the people sitting in those little chairs flying around, not just because of that, but because they didn't have to do anything. Everything was done for them. It's just you press a button, you get what you want. You press a button, you get what you want. And that's pretty much what this is. When you actually cook, you have to work for the food that you're going to eat. And I'm saying this as somebody who chefs it up, okay? Call me Chef Boyardee, okay? Because I be in the kitchen straight up chefing. I have some meals where I have to start it at the beginning of the day and we don't eat it until the evening. Let's be so for real here. I have some meals where we got to start it the day before. I chef it up and it's really worth it. You put in all that effort to cook something that is delicious, that tastes so good, but is also very hearty and healthy for you. And it shows. It's not convenient though. Cooking all that food, processing it yourself, making sure that you have the right measurements for this, the right measurements supplements for that. It takes work and it's not convenient. In fact, it's the opposite of convenient, because if I'm trying to take care of the kids, I'm trying to clean up, I'm trying to work, I'm trying to do the YouTube, I'm trying to do all of these different things, taking the time to cook my own food, it's time consuming. And also it takes a lot of planning and preparation, because not only do I have to make sure I have all the ingredients, I also have to make sure I time everything correctly, because not everything cooks at the same time. Cooking for yourself, it requires work. It requires effort. But because we're addicted to convenience, a lot of people will opt for ready-made crap. They will opt for processed garbage because it's easy, because it only takes a fraction of a second to get it ready, because all you have to do is just pop it in the microwave, or maybe even the oven if you're fancy. Pop it in there for a little bit of time and then boom, your food is already prepared for you. And that's pretty much what she bought here. It was just a bunch of convenient crap. And no wonder she looks the way that she does. No wonder, I'm guessing that's the mom in the background. No wonder she looks the way that she does. For the sons, they might look healthy because they're taller, they're thinner. What people fail to understand is that just because someone looks smaller doesn't necessarily mean that they're healthier. Whereas people that are huge, like this woman on the screen, we can see that she's unhealthy. And I'm not trying to talk crazy about her kids, but this is something very serious. If you have your children eating a bunch of processed crap, that's negatively going to affect their bodies growing up. That's negatively going to affect them, especially once they turn 30, actually closer to 25. Once they turn 25 and that metabolism isn't doing what it's doing right now, it's not working in overdrive, then your child is going to find themselves gaining weight uncontrollably and not knowing why, unless they get their diet under control when they're no longer in your house, when they're no longer beholden to your grocery list. What are we trading for this convenience? And this conversation, honestly, it expands past just the food that we eat. What exactly are we trading for all of this convenience? Oh, I want to be able to just do everything from my phone. Well, guess what? Now we have piss poor face-to-face communication because we made everything so convenient. You don't have to pick up the phone and call somebody when you want to schedule an appointment. You don't have to pick up the phone and call somebody when you need to order a pizza or just anything like that. You can do everything from online. What toll is that taking on our interpersonal relationships? Everything being convenient, it feels good in the moment, but it does have repercussions. And it's like, is it worth it? I think for some things, yeah, that convenience is worth it. But for a lot of things, no, it's just making us lazy.
Part of the reason I believe that people think that we are in an intellectual crisis is because of convenience culture. I believe that convenience culture is robbing us of our everyday ability to problem solve. And even though the use of AI and ChatGPT is all a part of this, that's not what I'm talking about. I think it started long before AI was even made publicly accessible. Let's take something like GPS, for example. Pretend it's like 1943 and you just moved to a new city. You have no idea where the grocery store is because, hey, you just moved to a new city. You can't just pick up your phone and look up nearest grocery store near me. So what is this? This is a problem solving issue. And I truly believe that in the age of Google and everything being at your fingertips, this type of problem solving is lost in the younger generation specifically. I'm Gen Z. I feel like if you gave me a map and told me to drive from the DMV to Chicago with no technology whatsoever, I promise I would end up in Antarctica. But if you gave my father that same task, that man is getting to Chicago probably 3 hours early.
It's making us lazy and it's making us very entitled. Because when you don't have to work for anything, then you feel as though everything should just be there for you. It should just happen because you're not conditioned to work for it. You're not conditioned to put any effort. It's just participation trophy after participation trophy. And it's convenient. It's there for you regardless if you put in the work or not. You get to have the same outcome as somebody that put in the work. But really, is it the same outcome? Yeah, you both ate for the night, but one meal is going to add another coin in the diabetes jar, whereas the other meal is fueling the body for a productive day. I want us to pull away from some of the conveniences that we have. Sometimes it's better to take the scenic route. Actually, I would argue a lot of times it is better to take the scenic route, just to keep yourself sharp. The last thing you want to do is fall into the convenience trap where you're trying to find everything and anything to make your life more convenient, but then your life just becomes this hollow shell of what it could be. It is deeper than food, you guys.
Convenience is killing community. People never want to do anything that's inconvenient to their life because everyone thinks that everything in life has to be convenience, but there is no sense of convenience in community. Like, sometimes you have to do things that are inconvenient to you to be someone's community.
I want us to get to a place where we bring back quality and effort. Because convenience, it really does destroy the idea of effort. That's why we have everything now where it's quantity over quality. Everything is just piss poor, low quality crap, and we're okay with it because it's convenient. It's convenient, cheap crap, rather than things that are well made, things that take time, things that take effort. Fast fashion, look, I'm not gonna act like I'm better than anybody else. I have ordered fast fashion before. Everybody's going through tough times, and those clothes are very cheap, okay? It's very cheap and very convenient, but it is also indicative of the very problem, because when you order that fast fashion, then it starts to deteriorate very fast. Then you see the problem with all of this convenience. It's short-sighted. Yeah, you get it faster, but you don't get to keep it for long because it's not quality. We need to get back to desiring and requiring quality in everything that we do. We can't half-ass everything because it's convenient. We can't allow companies to half-ass everything because it's convenient, because they're striving for things to be more convenient. Because all that's going to do is just destroy this very beautiful planet that we have. It's going to destroy literally everything. But y'all, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you feel about this video? Do you agree with me where it's like, yeah, this convenience culture is trash and it's destroying everything that we hold near and dear? Or do you disagree with me where it's like, no, make it convenient. If I can get it at the price of a button, even if that means I end up looking like the people from WALL-E, F it. Convenience. Convenience is king. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed out into the algorithm. Also, hype the video if that function is available. If you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces.